Shoop, shoop, shooby doo ah. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another Todd E. Walnuts unboxing video. This box in front of you is a piece of, I guess a box of lost media from my collection. It had been lost for a few years. I recently found it. I opened it up, and I'm going to go through and show you guys what's in this box. Stay tuned. Let's check it out. So as you guys can already tell from the title, this was a package that I received from Apprehensive Films, who was a film distributor of mostly low-budget and independent films that were shot on Super 8 or 16 millimeter film, in the vein of like Grindhouse type movies. I ordered this probably in about the year 2016 or 2015. They were a company that was based in California. I believe it was Citrus Heights, California. And it was a company that ran from 1997 when it was founded, and they went defunct and they went out of business in, I believe, 2016 or 2017. I ordered this probably around that same time, 2016-ish, I believe. I tried to look for a date. This is the original box that was sent to me in. And I couldn't find a date on here. It has my old address, so I'm not worried about that. But for the longest time, this was misplaced, and I just recently found it when I was doing a video for my multi-pack DVD editions. This was kind of tucked away at the bottom of a Rubbermaid tote. And for the life of me, I could not figure out where I put this. And I figured it was just lost from when I moved about 5 years ago or so. I thought I had lost this, and I was glad that I found it. So enough of me talking about it. I just wanted to kind of give you guys a little rundown about the company Apprehensive Films. Maybe you guys have heard of them, maybe not. They weren't around very much longer than 2016, I believe. I'm going to go through and show you guys what I have from them, and maybe you can tell me if you have any in your collection. So, and these are in no particular order. I'm just going to pull from the box. These are all still sealed. I haven't opened them yet. Like I said, these were missing for years, so I didn't think I was ever going to see these again. So it's almost going to be like I'm seeing these again for the first time. So the first one here is called Swingers Massacre. And you can see that's what the Apprehensive Films logo looked like. This was put out by Even Steven Productions. And you can see that some of these were numbered. This was a limited edition of only 500 copies. I got number 212 out of 500. This is a movie from 1975. You can see here that at one time when the company was in operation, you can go to the grindhouse.net, but that website is no longer in existence. So, first one is Swingers Massacre. Next one is called Last Stop on 13th Street. I don't know if this website is still active. I haven't tried it. b-scared.com. This was a twin billing because the main feature was Last Stop on 13th Street. But there was also a short film called Reaper Madness. And if you guys have heard of any of these films and you want to chime in, please feel free to do so. You know how to do it. You know how to do. I have two of these. I don't remember why. I think he may have thrown a couple of copies free for me when they were going out of business. This one's called Magdalena, The Devil Inside the Female. These were limited to 500. I got number 365. and 366. It was a movie from 1974. They're calling it an eroticism sleaze fest. So these are the kind of movies you would get from this company, kind of like you get horror, cult classics, and eroticism type films like that. I don't think they had a very big catalog. This one's called The Ghost of Rashman Hall. It says it's a blood-curdling tale from beyond. I just wanted to make a video about this just to kind of catalog it on my channel. And also to kind of put my feelers out there and see if you guys know anything about the company, if you have any titles in your collection. This was limited to 500. I got number 042. It says it's an uncut film from 1947, black and white, 50 minutes running time. Probably pretty good. I don't think I've ever seen that one. I got, let's see. This one's called Halloween Home Haunts. And this one was not limited. It says it's a documentary from Apprehensive Films following 8 home haunters in their pursuit to transform their nice suburban homes into visions of the macabre. Their obsession with Halloween has led them to spend thousands, dedicate countless hours and resources to achieve their horrific attractions, and to scare the daylights out of unsuspecting trick-or-treaters. It sounds like it's pretty cool. This one came out in 2013. 86 minutes running time. It's perfect for this time of year. I enjoy a good haunted house. And you know I love scary movies. This one's called Gorgon versus the Flying Spider. A prehistoric battle of monstrous proportions. What does that say up in the corner there? Larry Scholl's Midnight Matinee. That must be Larry Scholl. This was limited to 500. I got number 26. Next one is called The Sadist. One of the most terrifying films ever made, according to their little tag. It says it's the rare Arch Hall Jr. classic and the short film Transients on one disc. This one was not limited. Looks like The Sadist came out in 1963. Next one is an animated movie called TREP, and it stands for Tactical Rescue Evacuation Police. There's a website down here called trepdvd.com. I don't know if that's even in existence anymore. Looks like this came out in 2010. It's only 22 minutes running time. The next one is one that's right up my alley. I'm looking for holiday themed horror movies, especially Christmas. I'm going to do some reviews during the month of Christmas. I'm going to do like a 12 days of Christmas. I'm going to do reviews 12 days in a row of 12 different Christmas horror movies. I'll add this one to that pile. And this one's called Christmas Horrors Blood Beat. It says it's the most bizarre Christmas-themed horror film ever made. And this was limited to 500. I got number 215. And it looks like this one is from my home state of Wisconsin. It says in 1982 was a great year for weird and wild independent cinematic sleaze. But Blood Beat may take home the Crowning Achievement Award for Christmas horror films. Featuring samurais, a young man brings his new girlfriend home to his parents' house in rural Wisconsin for the holidays. There's, what does it say? There's time, board games, deer hunting, watching TV, relaxing, flying inanimate objects, sex with samurai, induced climaxes, and of course, some holiday slashings. Apparently, the girlfriend has brought back the spirit of an ancient murderous samurai when she visited Wisconsin. Great state of Wisconsin. And by the way, I'm here at the Walnuts compound with the ladies, Miss Hannah and Miss Heidi. We're in chill mode today. It's supposed to get really cold tonight in Wisconsin, where I live. They're saying it may reach the 20s tonight. Everything's going to freeze. They were telling you if you have hanging baskets of flowers outside, please bring them in. Otherwise, they will die. It's unseasonably cold. Usually it's still like in the 50s and 60s this time of year, but we're in the 30s and 40s lately at night, so it's going to get cold tonight. This one is called Colony. This was from the original Super 8mm cult classic. Men are such beasts, it says. Low budget and sleazy, and would have fit right in at the Grindhouse Theater, according to Film Fanatic magazine. Next one is called The Robot versus the Aztec Mummy. I love these kind of movies. They're just kind of ridiculous. A robot against a mummy, but I love it. An epic battle to the death between two titans of terror. Pretty cool cover. Has that kind of old school vibe to it. And you can watch it as Larry Scholl's Midnight Matinee again. I may pop this in tonight just to kind of see what Larry Scholl is about. I enjoy the movies like this that have kind of a host or hostess, you know, that kind of sets up the movie and then has little bit pieces in between, kind of like an Elvira. And the next one is a double feature. You got Black Cobra Woman and Super Bitch. There you can see Jack Palance. Pretty cool. Couple of exploitation films from the 70s. Next one is called El Hombre Rata, or Rat Man. Plus it has the bonus short film Reaper Madness, which another one had also. Starring the world's smallest man, Nelson de la Rosa. This was also put out on DVD by Shameless Entertainment years ago. It says it's presented uncut, remastered. The next one is called Cannibal Island, and they're saying it's the real Cannibal Holocaust. Pretty cool cover. This one was limited to 500. I got number 033. It says this one was released in 1956, and it has it's 53 minutes running time. I don't think I've ever seen this. I've seen just about every cannibal movie made, but I don't remember ever seeing this one. I'm definitely going to have to check that one out. The next one here is called The Fog Returns to Murder Mansion. Give you guys a better view there. Movie from 1972, 83 minutes running time. Here you can see that's what the discs look like. Are these burned? They're hard to tell. This was a very low budget company. This one actually sounds pretty good. A thick fog covers the countryside as a couple drives through the zero visibility conditions and ends up lost in a creepy old cemetery. They decide to take refuge in a nearby abandoned mansion, only to find they're not the only inhabitants. Soon the murders begin, dripping with creepy atmosphere, great suspense, beautiful women, and graphic homicides. You won't want to miss it when the fog returns to Murder Mansion. That one actually sounds pretty good. I think I watched that one, but I don't remember. I'll have to pop it in again. Next one's called Brainiac. A brain-sucking monster from beyond. Some of you guys have nothing to worry about because it sucks brains, so don't worry about it. I'm just kidding. But looks like it's another maybe black and white movie. And it's also another Larry Scholl Midnight Matinee. Yeah, so it looks like all the discs are pretty much just, it has, I don't know if you can see it, but it has black font with the title, but it's just basically kind of a plain Jane disc. Next one's called Since I Don't Hate You. Is that what it says? No, Since I Don't Have You. The Lost Super 8mm splatter classic. Looks like it's a film from 1992, 69 minutes. Dwight has a problem shut away deep in his mind. Old man Kavanaugh has a problem locked away in his decrepit shed behind his rural home. When Dwight's car breaks down on a lonely road near Kavanaugh's abode, the two have a chance encounter that spirals into an ever-increasing, bizarre, horrific, and nightmarish journey. The thin line between reality and fantasy crumbles, and problems that have been locked away for years break free from their chains in a shocking climax. Since I Don't Have You is a film that will stay with you long past its welcome. You've been warned. Right, moving right along here. The next one is called Night of Bloody Horror. Filmed in violent vision. I like that. That's a pretty cool little tagline. Also has a bonus music video called National Embalming School from The Accused. It's a pretty cool cover. Looks like an old school. Bonus music video is called Splatter Rock. I like it already. Looks like Night of Bloody Horror is a 1969 film, not for the squeamish. 89 minutes running time. Next one's called Dr. Jekyll versus the Werewolf, starring Paul Naschy. This one was limited to 500. I got number 143. Paul Naschy returns once again to his famed role as El Hombre Lobo. This time out, he's searching for a cure to his full moon bloodlust and seeks help from none other than Dr. Jekyll's grandson. Aided by the beautiful Justine, Naschy and Jekyll attempt to cure his werewolf problem by turning him into Mr. Hyde. This plan doesn't exactly turn out as they had hoped. 1972, 73 minutes running time. Next one is called Centipede Horror, widescreen anamorphic edition, the Nature Run Amok collection. This one comes in a pretty green case. Looks like it was signed by somebody. Cover art by Eddie Julian. I don't know if that's who signed that. I don't even remember getting one signed. I didn't even notice it till just now. Centipede Horror is the most vile and notorious of all Nature Run Amok movies. Centipede Horror is presented here uncut in all its glory. This was shot in Southeast Asia using only real giant centipedes. Peds are highly venomous, and they are crawling in and out of all kinds of orifices. In this truly one-of-a-kind film, widescreen, 90 minutes, Cantonese with English subtitles. Plus, you get a bonus short film called Scalped. I don't know if you can see that. The next one is called Amputee with an Axe. And you also get a bonus short film called The Attendant from Jonathan Morkin. Let's see here. Amputee with an Axe is a movie from 1975. 90 minutes running time, also known as Matthew Claw of Terror, also known as Scream Bloody Murder, and also known as Captive Female. It's in 4:3 picture ratio, so that means you're going to have the black bars on each side of the screen, right and left, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but if that's the only way you can watch it. Here's another copy of The Ghost of Rashomon Hall. We looked at that one already. This one is also limited to 500 at number 41. There were a couple of doubles in here. Here's another double, Dr. Jekyll versus the Werewolf. If you guys have anything you want to trade, if you're interested in any of these, let me know. At number 142 out of 500 for this one. Here's Calamity of Snakes. I don't remember if we talked about this one already, but it's also the Nature Run Amok collection. You also get a bonus short film called Gouligula, a comical look at the Walking Dead genre, shot on 16mm film. Calamity of Snakes was filmed in 1982. It says it was one of the many Asian horror films with reptile action that got out of control. Calamity of Snakes. That's a pretty cool cover too. Here's another one that's doubles. I don't know why one came in a black case and one came in a orange case, but this is called All Night Halloween Party. It says it's a looping DVD, and I think it's one of those DVDs that you can just kind of put on in the background if you have trick-or-treaters, and it has some of these great animated shorts from different periods of time in the 30s and 40s, 50s. It's 65 minutes black and white. Some of those old horror cartoons are great. This one sounds like it has a loose disc in it, and this one has an orange case. I don't know if it was on this one here. It has a number at the top. It looks like the orange ones were limited to 113. I got number 1. This one wasn't numbered on the back. It looks like other than that it's the same. Special features are all the same. Yeah, I don't know why I'm not sure why that one, the orange one, was limited and the black one wasn't. Here's another one. I think that's a second copy of Centipede Horror. I think we just showed that a couple minutes ago. Dracula Blows His Cool. Says it's Porky's meets Love at First Bite. This one was limited to 500. I got number 115. It is uncut. It came out in 1979. It's 92 minutes running time. A young photographer inherits Dracula's castle and decides to cash in by turning it into a discotheque, using his ditzy clothing-averse hot female models to publicize it. So it sounds like it's kind of sleazy, a little bit comedy, a little bit horror. Next one's called The Devil, Grindhouse Gut Muncher. It says it has more insect vomiting than any other film. It was limited to 500. I got number 50, or 80. Looks like it's 80. 1981, The Devil was released upon unsuspecting audiences. They had no idea what they were in for. This film set a new standard for Asian shock cinema that would be often intimidated but rarely, it would be often imitated but rarely equaled. The Devil introduced the gut-wrenching gimmick of live insect vomiting. As the vile she-devil appears, people start puking up snakes, worms, and all kinds of creepy crawlies. That does not sound good. That is not my kind of movie. I know some of you guys are gore hounds and you like the vomiting and puking and all that different stuff, but I'm not into that too much, man. The Fog returns to Murder Mansion, and we did talk about this one already. So we have come full circle. I'm going to pause it here. We'll kind of do a little quick recap, and we'll end the video. Okay, so we lost Heidi. She went into the other room. Hannah's still here. Just do a quick recap, and then I'll tell you guys about the doubles I have again, and if you're interested in a trade. I usually don't get any takers, but I'm going to put it out there again just in case. So we have Gorgon versus the Flying Spider. Night of Bloody Horror. I have 2 copies of Centipede Horror. I have 2 copies of The Fog Returns to Murder Mansion. So anything I have a double of, these 2, I will trade if anybody's interested. Since I Don't Have You, Ratman, the Robot versus the Aztec Mummy, Black Cobra Woman, and Super Bitch, Colony, The Devil, Dracula Blows His Cool, All Night Halloween Party, I have 2 of those, Calamity of Snakes, Dr. Jekyll versus the Werewolf, I have 2 of those, The Ghost of Rashman Hall, I have 2 of those, Amputee with an Axe, Halloween Home Haunts, The Sadist, Trep, Blood Beat, Magdalena, The Devil Inside the Female, I have 2 of those, Last Stop on 13th Street, Swingers Massacre, Brainiac, and Cannibal Island. So that will do it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed seeing and hearing a little bit about Apprehensive Films. If you guys have any info about the company that you'd like to share, if you have any Apprehensive Film titles in your collection, I'd love to hear from it. I did a little quick search here on YouTube, and I didn't find very much about this company, and I didn't find very many people who had a collection of them. And if you guys are interested in trading for any of these doubles, let me know. Otherwise, take care, and I will catch you guys next time. Later.